Welcome back to Dazzy Cars. Today we're stepping into a machine that doesn't just belong to a brand, it belongs to a forgotten era of raw British power, old-school luxury, and unfiltered attitude. Because the Jaguar S-Type R is one of those cars that never begged for attention, never screamed for validation, and yet carried a supercharged heart that could embarrass cars half its age and twice its hype. This is not a modern influencer sedan. This is not something built for likes and launch control clips. This is a gentleman's missile, engineered in a time when Jaguar still believed a luxury car should feel dangerous, elegant, and alive at the same time. And from the very moment you see the S-Type R sitting there, long hood stretched forward, muscular shoulders flared just enough, quad exhaust tips quietly warning anyone nearby that this is not a regular S-Type. You understand that this car was built with a different mindset. The mesh grille, the subtle R badging, the aggressive front fascia without going over the top. Everything about the exterior feels restrained but confident, like a tailored British suit hiding a heavyweight boxer underneath. The proportions are classic Jaguar: rear-wheel drive stance, wide track, low roofline, and a presence that feels expensive without ever trying to look futuristic. And that's exactly why the S-Type R has aged with such dignity. Park it today and it still commands respect, not because it's loud, but because it knows exactly what it is. Now let's talk about the exterior in motion, because that's where the S-Type R really separates itself from ordinary luxury sedans of its era. When this car rolls past you, there's a sense of weight and authority, the kind you don't get from lightweight sports sedans chasing lap times. This Jaguar feels planted, heavy in the right way, like it was carved from a single block of steel and leather. The wheels fill the arches properly, the stance feels deliberate, and there's a certain elegance in how it moves that modern cars often lose in the pursuit of sharpness. It doesn't dart, it glides, and that glide is backed by brute force waiting to be unleashed. The subtle hood bulge hints at what's hiding underneath. And if you know, you know, because beneath that long hood sits one of the most charismatic engines Jaguar ever built. Moving inside, the interior feels like stepping into a private club that doesn't care if you're impressed, because it knows it already won you over. Real wood trim, thick leather seats, a dashboard that wraps around the driver in a way that feels intimate and commanding, and an atmosphere that instantly separates this car from anything that feels plasticky or over-digitized. The seats are supportive but plush, built for long, fast journeys across continents rather than quick runs to coffee shops. The steering wheel feels heavy in your hands, not artificially weighted but genuinely solid, connected to a front end that communicates through feel rather than screens. The gauges are clear, traditional, and purposeful, reminding you that this car comes from a time when driving was an experience, not a software update. Now let's talk about the engine, because this is where the Jaguar S-Type R earns its legend. Under that hood lives a supercharged 4.2-liter V8 producing over 400 horsepower and a mountain of torque, delivered not with turbo lag or digital trickery, but with instant mechanical response. Press the throttle and the supercharger whine rises like a war cry, the rear squats, and the car surges forward with a force that feels relentless and intoxicating. This is not a high-revving screamer. This is torque on demand, power that builds smoothly and aggressively, pushing you back into those leather seats while the world outside starts to blur. The acceleration is effortless, almost deceptive, because the car remains composed, quiet, and controlled even as the speed climbs into territory that demands respect. This is a sedan that can cruise calmly at highway speeds and then, without warning, turn into a missile when you ask it to. The handling of the S-Type R is exactly what you'd expect from a big British performance sedan that knows its role. It's not trying to be a lightweight track toy, it's built to dominate fast roads, sweeping corners, and long stretches of asphalt where stability and confidence matter more than razor-sharp turn-in. The suspension balances comfort and control beautifully, soaking up imperfections while keeping the body composed when you push harder. There's weight to the steering, a reassuring heaviness that reminds you this car was designed to feel planted at speed. And when you lean into a corner, the S-Type R grips with confidence, the rear-wheel drive layout allowing just enough play to keep things engaging without ever feeling reckless. This is a car that rewards smooth inputs, a car that makes you feel like a skilled driver even when you're simply flowing with the road. Safety and technology in the Jaguar S-Type R reflect its era, but that doesn't mean it feels lacking. Stability control, traction control, strong braking performance, and a chassis designed to protect occupants at high speed all contribute to a sense of security that complements the car's power. This was a flagship performance sedan, and Jaguar engineered it to handle serious velocity safely, not just impress on paper. Pricing when new placed it firmly in competition with German performance sedans. But today, the S-Type R exists in a unique space where you can experience supercharged V8 luxury for a fraction of what modern equivalents cost, making it one of the most underrated performance bargains for enthusiasts who value character over touchscreen size. Emotionally, the Jaguar S-Type R is a car that makes you feel something every time you drive it. It's not trying to be trendy, it's not chasing algorithms. It's built for drivers who appreciate mechanical honesty, craftsmanship, and presence. Turn the key, hear that V8 come to life, feel the subtle vibration through the cabin, and you immediately understand why this car still has a cult following. It's a reminder of a time when luxury performance meant building something with soul, something that didn't apologize for being bold, heavy, and powerful. The S-Type R doesn't just transport you, it transforms the journey, turning even ordinary drives into moments you remember. Now here's the part where Dazzy Cars always takes it a step further, because if you enjoyed this deep dive into the Jaguar S-Type R, you need to understand how it fits into the broader world of legendary machines we celebrate here. If you're the kind of person who loves vehicles with personality, history, and real presence, then you already know this channel is built for you. And if you're new here, this is your sign to subscribe, because every week we bring you cars that aren't just reviewed, they're felt, remembered, and respected. And before you go, don't miss the video that's already uploaded on the channel about the Toyota Land Cruiser 250, because that SUV represents the opposite end of the automotive spectrum done perfectly. A modern off-road legend reborn with unmatched capability, heritage, and real-world toughness. And watching that video right after this one will show you exactly how different philosophies can create icons in completely different ways. Go watch the Toyota Land Cruiser 250 video now, and I'll see you back here on Dazzy Cars for the next unforgettable machine.